Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and this time we are going to learn how to change the frame, the collar or the coupling of an Oster blender of any model. Well, I already uploaded a video where I show how to practically disassemble the frame or how to remove the frame and change it without having to disassemble the blender. What happens when the couplet breaks or when the fan does not come out and loosens? Well, we're going to have to take it apart. It is quite quick and quite easy, but this one is a little more careful because if you are not a technician or have never changed it, you can damage your machine or avoid disassembling the entire machine. Here, practically just by removing the back cover, we have to change the frame, the couplet or the collar. And well, they only have screws on the back that has to be removed. I remind you that if you like my content, then like, comment, share, subscribe. More than anything, like it so that we are better positioned in the search for videos. And if you like it too, then you can support me by becoming a member or donating. All the details are in the description as well as Facebook, so you can follow us. And there I can also go a little more into detail. Well, since we have the blender disassembled, we are going to check that at the top this box is quite swept, which we already saw at the beginning, but well, we are going to see it again. Well, look, here it is already quite swept and we only need some tweezers and a flat screwdriver. The flat screwdriver is for, look here, right now I'm going to explain a little more in detail, but right here we have to put the screwdriver where the armor is. This screwdriver should fit right where these slots or these engine separations are, but you have to try to get it to fit at least halfway. For what? So that the armor does not move. Since you put it in and turn the fan so much that it jams, with one hand you can do it, look. You stop it, now you turn the blender and practically with tongs you just have to turn. This will make it grab the entire motor completely and not rotate you, because if you grab the pure fan with a cloth, what will happen is that the fan will also loosen. So we're going to do it this way, and to put it on you can just grab the fan. Does it come out? Look, here we have the couple. As I say, you can remove it or put it over here, no problem. There is also another way that is pure blow. You can remove it, but well, if you have someone in front of you, they will not like that you are hitting the blender, which does not affect them. But it looks rough, but it's also quite effective. And well, look, as soon as we grab the fan, whether you grab it with a cloth or with your hand, we squeeze the couple quite a bit. In any case, when grinding these couplets they squeeze by themselves. You just have to check that these eyebrows fit like this, look, because if you light up, you damage the magnet or the winding and that's going to damage your machine. So you practically just have to take that care and that's it. Right now we are going to put the picture and the collar on it. Remember to measure the frame because there are 3 measurements of the Oster frame, or at least they are the ones that I work with or know, which is from the expert. It is a shorter one than an old one, which is brought by Zumbio or others. And the Oster or Osterizer, but they are practically the same company and everything, but they manage 3 different ones. There are others that are even a little star, but well, we don't get into that subject. Now let's proceed to put it together. To assemble it you just have to check that the wiring does not get in your way. Why? Because if you get in the way of the wiring, you can damage it and you can make a short. Although if you look at this white part of the lid, what it does is a fan cover. For what? So that nothing gets stuck in the fan and the machine cannot burn out. Here you just check that the connection cable or the power cable goes to the back. Because if you leave it to the side or in front, it is poorly armed. The cable should always go to the back. And well, we already have it. And well, just remind you that if I like my content, then you know, like it. And see you. Until next time. Bye.